offer the best grooming methods for you. It's all natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help be a swagger. It's style, class, and luxury. Make our products tailor-made for you with high quality. Yeah. So get in style with the black, yeah. Company. Give you swagger. Style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah. The black, gentleman, yeah. Company. Give you swagger. Style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.
Yo. What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to the Friday Night Chop Session with Stormy B-Man for this Friday, August 9th, 2024. This is number 154 in the series of Chop Sessions, and we're simply calling this one Ortiz versus Boachuk. We have been corrected on the pronunciation of Sergey's name. He says it's Chuk. So Boachuk is defending this weekend against Virgil Ortiz Jr. And we're going to talk about that a little bit, and a little bit of news that's circulating the sport, and maybe see what lies ahead with this particular match. There's a couple of other fights, including on that card, as well as another card that will be hosted. The Ortiz Jr. versus Boachuk is on DAZN. It's a Golden Boy promotion, but there's also a top-ranked promotion where Luis Alberto Lopez will be fighting this weekend on ESPN, defending his super featherweight title. So we'll talk about that a little bit as well, and see what we can find in the sport of boxing. Salute to everybody out there. We're getting a little bit of a late start this evening, but we're still here all the same. Got a little bit of rest before the show, and we're here. We're here to do this, and I hope that you come to an end of a productive week as we go into another weekend filled with fights. It was just a little over a year ago we were complaining a little bit about the fight cards and not receiving quality matches sparingly. And now things have changed to the degree that not only are we being inundated with boxing, throughout the week there are cards on different apps like ProBox and DAZN, but we're also, due to help from the Saudis, receiving higher caliber matches and fights where it may have been otherwise difficult for some promoters to come together and match their stable of fighters against one another. And we're seeing it. The participants have been Queensberry and Matchroom primarily. We've seen a little mixture of Top Rank get involved, as well as Boxer as of recently. Golden Boy recently made a almost like a video with Turkey Al-Sheikh and Oscar De La Hoya agreeing in principle to work together to put together some fight cards coming up for 2025, excuse me. And we're looking ahead to some excitement in the sport of boxing. So everywhere you turn, there is boxing surrounding you. There's something in the bag for everybody. So just know that if they haven't hit your plate yet, stay ready, because there's going to be something passed out for you. So, welcome everybody. See who we got out there this evening in the chat. You know, we've got the LDBC meet and greet going on this weekend. Too bad I couldn't be there with the brothers and sisters. I hope that everybody's coming together with that and having a great time. I'm there with you in spirit. But, man, I just couldn't make it. But I wish to be amongst the brothers and the sisters, to meet them face to face, those who I haven't had a chance to meet. Safe travels to those who are going to and will be traveling back from that week, this weekend of festivities. So, and I know they might be a little too busy to be watching Stormy tonight, but you know what? F+ for all of y'all. You know, I heard them comments about drinking bleach and all of that stuff, but you know what? Stormy ain't drinking no bleach, huh? But I can hand you all some F+, huh? Ain't none of y'all no teachers' pets out there, huh? So get it together. What you doing, huh? Class is always in session, huh? When the storm is around. Yeah! But anyway, another weekend of boxing. A lot of news going on. Man, they are still talking about Terrence Crawford's win over Israel Madrimov. And they're not talking about it in a positive sense. There's a lot of, I don't know, there's something about when people don't get what they want now, they just complain, you know, and be like, it didn't go the way they're saying it went. It didn't go down like we saw it and all of that. There's a swell of sentiment that maybe, and I dare not say this on my own accord, but maybe that Madrimov won the fight. What? You know, this is sickening, man. We've seen it happen so many times. We saw it with Devin Haney. We saw it with Tank Davis and when he fought Pitbull Cruz. We've seen it with Shakur Stevenson. We saw it with Devin Haney when he fought Vasyl Lomachenko. Highly touted, closely contested fights, though the men whose names I spoke just now come out and be victorious. A win is a win is a win. Why are these young melanated fighters being held at such a standard that if they're not doing away with the opposition by KO, by total obliteration, they are not worthy of consideration of decisions. In fact, the scorecards and judges who turn in those decisions give them splits and close calls according to their scorecards, but not according to the action that we're seeing before our eyes. These fighters are the only ones being held to that type of standard. And it's upsetting. There's a lack of consideration for the talent that they display. The fact that they can get out there and make a fight difficult for an opponent who may not be versed in being able to make adjustments. The simple tactics and strategies of cutting off rings, being able to box, have effective aggression, defense, and ring generalship. Isn't that the fault of the fighter who is lacking in those areas, and not the responsibility of judges to impose them on the moment when they haven't done enough to impose themselves? The fight that took place between Crawford and Madrimov had Crawford challenging for Madrimov's WBA and what has now been determined a vacant WBO junior middleweight titles. Crawford asserted himself enough to be victorious in the fight when the champion did not really defend the title, but rather survived the fight instead of turning back the challenge. For a fighter who had been off for a year or more and is about to turn 37 years old, his last win was against a fighter at the welterweight division where he became undisputed. And though he was bound by a contractual obligation for a rematch, one of the sanctioning bodies couldn't wait to take one of the newly unified for undisputed titles away from him and award it to Jaron Boots Ennis, who was lying in wait for the opportunity. Even though the sanctioning bodies knew that these fighters had a contractual obligation, Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford, they wasted no time in separating the titles again. All that work down the drain. Because it turned out that Spence, for whatever reason, not only delayed the announcement of whether or not he was going to take the rematch, but once he did, at the 11th hour, they didn't specify at what weight the rematch would take place, whether they would fight again at welterweight, defending those titles again, or move up to 154 pounds, the junior middleweight division, and still delay. To the degree and to the point where contacts were lost. And the contractual agreement expired. Now, we're not going to point fingers and say who was responsible for this and that. Just know that Crawford began to pursue other options. He had already stated that he was having difficulty himself making 147. And people were pressing for him to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. But holding on to the titles before fighting his first fight at 154 meant the opportunity to have a bargaining position with the hardware. But if you follow the sport, of course, you know these things. But if you like to be condemning, and you want to try to tear someone down who should be built up for their accomplishments and their representation in the sport, not minding whatever the personality may be outside of the ring, because if it weren't for what transpires within the ring, you wouldn't know about this person. I'd be the first to say he does not have a winning personality. But I'd be darned if I haven't seen a better fighter in this generation go from where he started to where he presently resides. And so be it with those accomplishments. The hate patrol is in full effect. Israel Madrimov, whom none of you knew about 6 months ago, is now someone because Crawford fought this gentleman. And just like when Gervonta Davis fought Isaac Cruz, some of you didn't know about him because he went the distance. Now he's a name. And to the victor goes the shame. The shame for how dare you take a guy we don't know the distance. You should have mopped the floor with him. He should have been out of there. Some fighters know how to protect themselves enough to not get knocked out, people. But those very same fighters aren't versed in how to win over that favored fighter in a spectacular fashion. What did Isaac Cruz do against Gervonta Tank Davis worthy of a rematch with him? I still wait for that response. Madrimov did not much to warrant a rematch with Terrence Crawford. But because Crawford had been on a streak of 11 or so knockouts straight, and he didn't stop this younger, bigger, stronger, less experienced opponent. I saw it as a draw. The ridicule is ignorant. Madrimov's promoter was Matchroom and Ed Hearn. And Hearn spoke to the highest hills and mountains that he felt Madrimov would stop Bud inside the distance. He was telling everyone at the press conferences. And though he was working with Crawford on this promotion, along with the Turk, he didn't realize what type of motivating factor he was for Terrence Crawford. Israel ran into something in that fight that made him change his mind about wanting to risk what was necessary to prevail on the night. And by doing that, his title was taken away from him through a more polished, more experienced, more sharp, better adjusting fighter in Terrence Crawford. As Mike Tyson has said, sometimes the guy with the biggest punch doesn't always win. But I happen to believe that Crawford had the bigger punch in this fight. But Madrimov be damned than to let him land it. Thus, that busy, herky, jerky, upward body movement and that moving the hands around but not throwing the shots. Yes, he landed shots. So did Bud. And Bud's shots were telling because when he did score very solidly with punches of bad intentions, Madrimov held tightly, seeking to stop what was happening. And it was in that instance that he decided, oh, no more of that. And yes, Crawford's people reminded him in the championship rounds, you need these rounds. You know why? Because if he just went out and coasted, he'd lose his title or lose the titles. O'Shaquie Foster experienced something similar and was winning hands down damn near every round. And they still took it away from him for a guy who didn't land cleanly on him at all. So we've seen this happen in the sport more and more and more. And you feed and fan the flames of the discontent by stating, I saw it as a draw. Bud couldn't knock him out. Some people had even professed to Crawford being afraid of Madrimov. But if you listen to his pre-fight videos, interviews, he spoke about being over in Uzbekistan and having met the people of that place and hearing about the stories regarding Israel. So he was aware. He knew his background. he knew about the amateurs. So when he said he wanted to fight that man who had claimed a title recently, remember, he wanted Sebastian Fundora. But they threw Errol Spence in front of Fundora to block that. The same man who didn't want the rematch after all. As sweet as this sport can be, this sport sucks when the politics get in the way. And that's almost each and every time. Yeah. It happens. Salute to the Audacity podcast out there with the Cash App donation. Thank you so much. Says, much respect. Thank you. This channel has received more views and fast tracking toward 2 million views, but the sub count doesn't reflect how the channel is being viewed. There's a such thing as shadow banning, guilt by association because I am a proud member of the LDBC. It has never deterred my ambition to continue to bring the most quality of content, as I've been known to say, to the YouTube airwaves. Sometimes things I do or say may not always align with how Google and YouTube would prefer one to be. But a man of substance and a man standing on principle can represent still in the most positive manner. Just as this broadcast tonight in my opening remarks about the state of the game. Be as true as can be. All you need to do is go to my front page and see who Stormy is talking about. See what Stormy is talking about. See what type of content Stormy B-Man is producing. And you'll see it right there, covering all types of bases. Faces, sexes, consistently. It's there. But when I do what I do, it comes with both a gift, experience, knowledge, and education. A combination. Though I don't know it all, but I involve myself in very much of it that I can bleed the sport of boxing. This show, the Friday Night Chop Session, is a show that is done on a weekly basis, coming toward the end of a week, going into a fight week, fight weekend, and we talk about the participants of the sport. We talk about the gossips around the sport. We talk about the actions and activities around the sport with excitement and anticipation, looking ahead to the bouts that are on the horizon. It's solid. It's fresh. Do you realize when we went through COVID, some of those main channels who had access to fighters, who had built up hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of viewing audiences, they were crying because there was no boxing that they could talk about. Nobody was fighting. This was before they started fighting in tents. And they were whining and crying. Some of them resorted to exposing their bodies for views. Some of them have exposed their bottoms for access. Oh yeah. But Stormybman never stopped talking boxing every week. I could talk the history of the sport. I could talk about dates. I did collaborations with brothers who were solid with history. Yeah. This train never stopped. And though it's only 154 episodes, including tonight, it would be far over 200 if I didn't take time out for myself from time to time. Yeah. And I don't have to go out and beg for those type of participants to be on the air with me, to make me look good, to raise me up. No. Not at all. Don't have to do that. And I don't crap on anybody who is doing that. I'm just saying, to be able to speak about this sport, to understand what's going on when you can see things and know exactly what it is without even being there and having contact. Yeah. Universal Truth, what's good with you? The Messenger, 215. Dank Father, Ravens Nation, Shamar, Rashawn, Shalom. Healer the Teacher, Adrian Viet, King Corleone. Those brave souls who decided to write in the chat and be counted amongst the storm trackers. Thank you for your presence. The Audacity Podcast says a lot of these big, no talent having boxing channels be looking and taking talking points from other channels like yours. Slight correction there. Audacity Podcast. There are no other channels like mine. Yeah. Now I say that with a tinge of pride and ego, because what I do with the gifts and blessings that I have, but don't take from others. The spontaneity of how I come about. Oh, my shows have been well planned out. But you try sitting up talking in front of a live international audience for 2 hours, like Stormybman has done on a consistent basis, even when there was no boxing happening. I never cried about there's no boxing. With an illustrious 200 years of boxing and history, how could you run out of content? Boxing didn't just begin when you arrived on the scene. But if you had the wherewithal to open books, study film, look through the pages and documentations of what has come before you, you would find an illustrious history that you can OD on. And in your own lifetime, you can't cover it all. But see, how do I know this? Yeah. You see? I say and do this with that type of confidence because I'm aware. Yes. Very much aware. If they shut your cell phones down tonight, how would you communicate tomorrow? Think about it. Yeah. Isaiah W., what's happening with you? Those big channels, they'll come out. But you know what I tell them? Stormybman has one thing to say to them guys, huh? And gals.
I don't think you're good enough to avenge your master.
Yeah. You see how simple it is? Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
Nigga, next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up, here.
Yeah. Yeah. There's all kind of messages.
You must attend the morning ritual in uniform. Outside.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. Why do you think they almost 2 million deep, absorbed in what the sensei has to say? Why? Why? Little Johnny can tell you why, huh? Little Johnny always is on top of it, huh? Because when they come around here, they think they can steal talking points.
Bullshit?
Huh? What make them think that they can steal talking points? Huh?
Bullshit?
Well, when they take talking points that I've made and go back, this is kind of what you hear. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't even got to the meat of my show yet. How about that? They come in and out. That's why I pause like I do. Because they just be doing drive-bys. But see, when I leave gaps, there's nothing for them to take, huh? Yeah. It's like putting a bait on the hook. You cast it out there, but they not biting on that.
Bullshit?
Yeah. What I said about the fighters and them not getting the proper consideration for being victorious in closely contested bouts. There's a underlying prejudice there. A need for that fighter to be humbled. Yeah, that's that word, humbled. They want to humble them, huh? They want to bring them back down to earth, so to speak. Do you know why performance-enhancing drugs were created? That goes back to the 1930, 37, 36 Olympics. Hitler's people. When they saw the likes of Jesse Owens, they were like, we got to do something. We got to be able to enhance our participants. So they started experimenting with super soldier type serums. But if you studied, if you read, if you researched, you know this. There has never been a level playing field. Never. It takes scrapbook boxing to tell you about what fighters had to deal with. Fighting in rings. Competing for non-black titles. Being beaten with steel rods and pipes if you stand too close to the ring ropes. So you're forced to keep the fight in the center of the ring. Further enhancing and forcing you to develop boxing skills. To protect your own best interests. So when Shakur Stevenson keeps the fight in the center of the ring, and he doesn't lean up against the ropes, and you don't see his opponent being able to plow into him, that's for a reason. But when you don't know history, it remains a mystery. I keep telling you, this is a natural, God-blessed gift that can't be stolen. No. No. When God plants something, no man can move it. No man. It says presently I got 20 people watching me right now. I'd like to ask a question. And any of you 20, be bold. Try and answer. Why does Stormybman play the type of music that he play on this channel as a backdrop for what I do? Class is in session. I'd like an answer. See, though he be participating in my shows, he pays attention with a little bit of comment as far as greeting. But the brother Universal Truth, spot on with the first response. Brain activity. Brain activity. Rhythms, beats, but not that thump and bump. Creativity, art flows with rhythm. Universal Truth, you are 1000% correct, my brother. Made me smile when I saw that, because that was the first response. It was fast, and it was almost like without thought. Yeah. Man, I'm having a allergic reaction to something. Face is itching. Might be my medicine. Anyway, B Mac, where you been? You troubled me a couple weeks ago about having something to say to me and wanting to call me on my call-in show and everything, and then you disappeared. I hope you're okay, first of all. Let me say that, because Stormy can, be going at people and not taking certain things into consideration. So I hope, first of all, you're okay, B-Mac. Second of all, where you been? Because you was, I got something to ask you on your call-in show, Stormy. And you know what? You was gone. I ain't seen you in a couple of weeks. So where you been? Where you been? Because I know things can happen. People can get busy with their lives. Things can happen. But I ain't forgot, huh? I ain't forgot. So, let's get into some conversation about these fights for this weekend. Tomorrow, Luis Alberto Lopez returns to the ring to defend his IBF World Featherweight title, taking on Angelo Leo. Now, Leo is 30 years of age. He's 24-1 with 11 KOs. He has a 4.5-star rating in the division. And Alberto is one heck of a fighter. In his most recent bouts, he has taken on the likes of Joet Gonzalez, Michael Conlon, Josh Warrington, Yeeson Vargas, and Rhea Abe. Lopez is a good fighter, you guys. And though he be in the featherweight division, he brings the type of action that you really can appreciate. At 5'4", with a 66.5-inch reach, he knocks people out and he punches hard. He throws punches from weird angles, reminiscent of the Prince Nassim, but without the theatrics and the clowning. It's just the way he fights. He can come in and he can turn sideways. Next thing you know, he's in a southpaw stance, though he doesn't fight southpaw, but he'll launch shots at you from weird angles. So this is going to be a fight where it's a showcase for him. They're fighting in Albuquerque. And again, like I said, it'll be a top rank promotion. It'll be on ESPN. So those of you who like to watch him and his fights, tune in. It'll be a roughly 10 p.m. time on the ESPN broadcast. Roughly the same time as the fight with Ortiz and Boachuk. But you'll have your pick. Some people can do the screen type deal and watch it all, or have more than one device going or whatever. But he is definitely fighting tomorrow, and that'll be a good fight. It'll be a good fight. B-Mac says, I'm late. Every time I called in, there were other callers. Yeah, but when I open the lines, you don't be the first one to call. You were supposed to have that as a priority, bro. Priority. Steven Zen says, salute to Stormy B and the chat room. Salute to you. Brother Code is out there saying, what's good, LDBC family? And salute Stormy B, man. Salute to you. Yeah. Now I'm looking at on BoxRec. I just pulled it up because I wanted to see who else is on that card. Vito Mielnicki is on there. He's with Top Rank right now. You know, he used to be with PBC, I think. And he's going to be taking on someone by the name of Laszlo Toth. Interesting name that man has. Vito is 18-1. The man he's taking on is 32-8 with 2 draws and 20 KOs. He's 36 years old, this gentleman, Laszlo. And he's from Hungary. Now, Vito, last we saw him, think he was in a bout where he fought back in May against a gentleman by the name of Ronald Cruz. He won a unanimous decision, and he had him down in rounds 3 and 4. Vito is from Belleville, New Jersey. He's 6 foot tall, 22 years of age. His nickname is White Magic. He's a super welterweight. 18-1 with 12 KOs. Vito needs to step it up, bro. Eric Gomes is in the building. He says, Bomb Squad, Stormy, salute. Salute to you. Tony Moreira is out there. He enjoys talking about Virgil Ortiz Jr. Nothing wrong with that. We're going to get to him. We're going to get to him. But see, you can't have the cake before the main course, Tony. You can't. Dessert is always last, huh? That's how it is in my household. Remember, everybody don't come up the same way, but you know what? You got to be patient, bro. Gotta be patient. But I'm talking about some fights and cards that ain't nobody else talking about, huh? Ain't that what Stormy B-Man does? Isn't this something like consistency here? Because nobody's talking about Alberto Lopez. Nobody. But I tell you what they are talking about.
Bullshit?
The Audacity Podcast says I'll be working with Manuel James for his fight against Rolando Romero in September. Have you heard of him? I won't say no. I think I have to look him up. In fact, I'll do that while we're on the air here, because sometimes I see guys and they could be opponents or they could be someone that's in a position, you know, and it turns out you'd be like, oh, I remember this guy. Yeah, he's 16-1 with 1 draw, 11 KOs. Yeah, I've seen this kid before. Audacity Podcast. I've seen him before. Yes, I have. Let me see here. I recognize his face. You say you're working with him. What is he doing? What are you doing with him? What type of work are you doing with him? Are you gonna help with the corner? Or are you gonna help with some training? Whatever specifically? I'm asking. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm asking, to get an idea of what's going on. Hey, Tony Moreira, what are you trying to set me off, man? Are you trying? Because I noticed that you know, little remarks and everything, that ain't gonna win no influences around here, bro. It really ain't. Cause there are other places you can go. You know what I mean? That's real. I steer this car, you know what I mean? And I got the gas pedal and brake under control. You see I move slow motion, huh? Now you can see how fast I move. You're out of here. Bang, zoom. You want to go to the moon? You want to go to the moon? And just like that, he's out of there. Shout out to 78 Sports TV. Well, let me tell you there. If nobody cares, why are you here? You know what I'm saying? You can come around and tell me nobody cares what Stormy thinks. Stormy don't give a damn what you think. How about that? Huh? And just like that, you're out of there. Make another account. Give me a new view. Thank you. Huh? B-Max says, Stormy B-Man, how much weight is too much for a skilled fighter like Crawford? What do you mean, how much weight is too much weight? Are you trying to ask, what do I think is his maximum weight that he can max out at as far as being a professional fighter? So you have to be a little more thorough with what you're trying to ask. The Audacity Podcast says, I got guys that fight like Rolly, so I'm bringing them in. I don't know what else they need. I only heard about them once. I might be holding mitts too. Okay. These guys coming in here, it's like, I don't know why they do that, man. It's like, you might as well just keep it going, man, because you ain't gonna stick around, huh? You ain't. You're only gonna find yourself on the outside looking in, huh? And we know what being on the outside looking in looks like, right? Being on the outside looking in when Stormy is moving too slow and all of that, nobody listening and all of that, it's more of this right here, you know? It's more of this. And that's okay too, because like I said, this is how we get all them views, man. Almost 2 million of them. 2 million! They can't help themselves. But I helped them. On out the door. F+. Bring the hate. I'll be like Emperor Palpatine. I can feel your hate growing. It makes you stronger, gives you focus. We won't just listen to the narrow dogmatic view of the Jedi, Anakin. Master Windu, are you here to arrest me? It's treason then. Yeah! That's right, Shamara Shah Shalom. Stormy is always ready for him, bro. He's always ready, huh? Always ready, man.
Bullshit?
Listen, man. B-Mac. No, that's not too much of a weight jump for him. It's not too much. Y'all forget Floyd Mayweather fought at lightweight. He fought Canelo, and Canelo weighed in 20 pounds heavier than him when they fought on fight night. Oh, yeah. Canelo been pulling this crap for a long time. And I hate to say it, but Crawford punched harder than than Floyd. Crawford might knock Canelo out. Canelo is the master duck. He won't even fight the guys he's supposed to fight. Why are you guys worried about Crawford and Canelo? Because Crawford said he wanted to fight him. He also admitted that he would love to fight the guy because of the payday that could come with it, the crossover appeal, all of that kind of stuff. But let me tell you something, man. You really need to turn your focuses up on Canelo and the fact that he won't fight the guys he need to be fighting. Why are you worried about Crawford? I'll tell you why you guys do that. You guys would love to see Crawford fight Canelo because you hope that maybe Canelo would be the one that'll stop him. But I'm going to tell you a little secret. Canelo don't have the ticker, to deal with a fighter like Crawford. That's why he don't want to face him. Really. $150 million to fight a guy that's 2 weight classes below you. Are you insane? And $200+ million to fight a guy who's at your weight class And they refer to him as the Mexican monster, not you, huh? How about that? Yeah. That's the thing that separates, huh? But like Universal said, brain activity, huh? And not much of that going on, especially with pundits of boxing, huh? They act like they're the ones taking a punch for a living, huh? With the way that they come about their sensibilities or lack thereof. Yeah. You saw Mel Charlo get in the ring and had no huevos whatsoever, huh? None. I think he was a eunuch in there performing against Canelo. But if you think for one moment that Crawford would be in there and perform that way, you're sadly mistaken. And I'll tell you another thing. He didn't have to go that route. He could have faced Crawford, huh? In a revenge type mode because his boy got stopped by Crawford, huh? And he talked all that stuff to Crawford, huh? It would have made for a great rivalry, but he went away from Crawford and gave up all his belts where Crawford wanted to come to. What kind of duck move is that? So between Mel Charlo and Canelo Alvarez, I don't think there's a bigger breed of Mandarin ducks in the sport of boxing, huh? The two of them. Quack, quack, quack.
Bullshit?
Canelo ducked so many people, man. Look at, he told Demetrius Andre, you fight nobody, you fight nobody. Well, answer me, who did John Ryder fight, huh? Who did he fight, huh? Who did Jaime Munguia fight? I'm still waiting, huh? Who did Avil Yildirim fight, huh? Yeah. Who has Berlanga fought, huh? And then, Can I hear something besides a stutter and a ass scratch? Can I hear something, please? Please. I tell you, man, this is foolishness. And then they come in here. Nobody listens to you, Stormy. Nobody. Bye, sucker. Bye. I think some of them enjoy that, getting kicked out. They get off on it, huh? Over there whacking and stroking, huh? Yeah. He's about to do it. He's about to do it. And I'm about to do it. Get out. Shit. Yeah. You see? How could you ever run out of content, huh? How? You can't. The Audacity Podcast says, the way you talk is good. That way people can't mistake what you are saying. It kind of reminds me of Elijah Muhammad when he speaks. That's a compliment. I appreciate you, man. But you know what? I speak forthrightly. I do, as does he. But there are people who just don't want to hear the truth, man. They just don't want to. Kamara the Stepping Razor says, damn, a eunuch? Yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ravens Nation says, then had the guts to actually try to call Crawford out after the Canelo fight. Yeah, that was like, you know, what can you say? What can you say? Ravens Nation says, I would like to see Madrimal versus Tim Tszyu. Yeah, that would be a war, huh? Jab Jamboree in the building. Salute to my brother. What's going on? Act Reacher. Yeah, so tomorrow night, The Zone and Golden Boy come together again to feature Oscar's guy, Virgil Ortiz Jr., as he takes on Sergey Boachuk. And Boachuk is entering that bout, and he will be defending his WBC interim title, the super welterweight. It may be the full-on title if they decide to strip Fundora like it's been rumored, but we'll see. But it's a good fight. Boachuk has been stopped one time with a body shot, by the way. But it was many moons ago. He's from the Ukraine. He's 29 years of age. They call him El Flaco. He's fighting out of California, but he's from the Ukraine. Now, Boachuk, when he was stopped, it was by Brandon Adams back in, 2021? March of 2021. He went down in the 8th round. He was stopped. But he came back and has been on a tear of stopping people since. His last fight was against Brian Mendoza, which was in March of this year. And he beat up Brian Mendoza pretty good, man. Brian Mendoza, who had just fought Tim Tszyu and had knocked out Sebastian Fundora before that. And Mendoza took a beating, y'all, in that fight against Boachuk. I noticed, I was like, man, this kid is like Drago at 154 pounds. So if Virgil is ready, we'll see. Now Virgil, he's 26 years of age. He's 5'10", 70-inch reach, 21-0 with 21 KOs. His last fight was a first-round destruction of Thomas Delorme. Body shot. His fight before that, which was in January, Frederick Lawson, 1 round. Got to go back a couple years for his fight before that. 9-round TKO over Michael McKinson. You see, on paper, Virgil might look like a fierce some gun, but Boachuk been a little more regular, huh? King Corleone, what are you talking about? Was who a troll or was somebody joking? What are you talking about? Because I did oust a couple of trolls here, King Corleone. I had to get rid of them, man. They couldn't help themselves. They wanted to pull their pants down. But Stormy B-Man kicked them in the rear and shoved them out the back door, huh? With the rest of the trash. Jimmy Bernard, what's happening, bro? Now, I'm going to tell you guys, Virgil is favored in this fight. And he's trained by Mikey Garcia, I do believe. I mean, I said Mikey. Robert Garcia, forgive me. My bad, my mistake. Trained by Robert Garcia of the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy. Robert has been on a great run, but he's had a couple of drops. You know, if they don't come in here correct with Boachuk, Virgil could end up getting stopped by Boachuk. This is a 50-50 fight, I believe. I don't believe it should be solidly for Virgil. I think it's more 50-50. But if for some reason Boachuk gets out front, it could go downhill for Virgil very quickly. Very quickly. Be mindful. You know, I did my breakdown video on it, and I could see, you know, this being an action-packed fight, you know. And I look forward to it. Yeah, King Corleone, I got a couple of them out of here myself because one of them even tried to tell me that I was slow in so many words or whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm slow, huh? Well, look how fast I'm getting rid of your ass. Yeah! Stormy still got it, huh? Even at 60, I'm still, you know, doing the thing, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, King Corleone, the only thing that they quick in is fucking up. But see, when you're, adjusted and aware of the effery, you know what I'm saying? You handle it in kind. That's all. Now they can go line up with the rest of them guys that be over there talking about us. I don't care. Huh? I don't care. I just want them to continue to get my views up. Huh? Get my views up. So I can count these coins. You know what I mean? If any of you in the chat presently saw my video about McKenna and Laws, put a 1 in the chat, please. That fight was last weekend, and it was on the undercard of Zach Shelley and Callum Simpson. And man, it was like a Hagler Hearns type fight. You had to see that fight to enjoy it, man. But I had to do a video on those guys because they were blazing, man. 2 junior welterweights out there just going at it, bro. Caroline Dubois fought on that card as well. It was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun. I did that video. I had fun doing the video talking about it because them 2 guys, and that's what you watch boxing for, that kind of stuff right there. Every fight can't be like that, but boy, when you get one. The first thing I talked about, I was like, man, that was like Hearns and Hagler, and it was like Ward and Gotti, those 2 guys. Woke is in the building. What's happening with you, Woke? Yeah, I enjoyed the heck out of that, man. That was a lot of fun, that fight with those 2 guys. King Corleone says, we're lucky to have channels like this. Should bow down and respect it. Hey, say nothing more there, King Corleone.
Bow down. Cause I ain't a hater like you. Bow down to a nigga that's greater than you.
Yeah! Yeah! I know when I play that, some of them get real mad, huh? They be looking at their TV screen, man. They be so mad when I play that. They be looking. They be looking at their screen like this, y'all. They be looking at. Man, they be mad, bro. They be looking like, every bit as ugly too, yeah. Huh? You see? They be looking, they be so mad, man. They be so mad. But I'll say this though, if you think Stormy B man care,
Bullshit.
JJ is in the building. What's happening? Jimmy Bernard says, and the trolls that disrespect this channel gets their head twisted and sent to oblivion. Yeah, man. You know, I know how to do that, Jimmy Bernard. You know I know how to do that, right? They can come over here, but this is what they get when they come over here with that, man. They get this. Y'all pay attention to your screens real good now. This is what Jimmy Bernard is talking about. When they come over here with that trolling and everything, Stormy just break out some of his kung fu. That's all. He just break out the kung fu moves like this. That's right. That's right, man. Let they have it. You know what I'm saying? Let they have it. That's the only way, man, that they learn, huh? Oh, and when King Corleone was like, I had to get rid of a couple. Listen, King Corleone, listen, if you ain't watched in a while, pay attention to your screens, huh? Because this is the real ultimate troll salute right here. That's my favorite right there, huh? That's my favorite because that listen, when you do it Dirty Harry style, huh? And that's not porn for you weirdos out there. That's the straight up, huh? When you through talking about it, huh? Yeah, that's right. You see, King Corleone, I'm always armed and dangerous. You understand? Always, huh? And for some of y'all that like to eat, I got something for them on that tip too. Check it out. Yeah. Did you see him turn an old boy into a rotisserie? Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. He was licking his lips. He's getting ready to eat him a troll, huh? Yeah. They come in here talking all that stuff to me, man, acting like I really care, huh? I ain't got no feelings when it come to that stuff they be saying. Hey, let's go hurt Stormy's feelings. What feelings? When they gonna learn, man? When they gonna learn? I tell him like Danny Dubois told AJ at that presser.
You can't intimidate me, Daniel. Who do you think you are?
See, man, listen. You gotta be ready for them, huh? When they say don't feed the trolls, and you know, with me with the kung fu joints, right? I'm like, man, oh, you really coming in here? You really that? You really? You coming that way like that? Oh, okay, I got you.
You know, I guess that you would be the only one who would dare to come here. You've got courage.
Then leave it to Pai Mei to tell him, huh? Leave it to Pai Mei. Pai Mei gonna tell him, huh? And then when Pai Mei send his boys after him, this is what you hear. Pai Mei come out there and say, get him. You know, and then his boys come out and they say,
For my own sake, I can't afford to call you my comrade. You're gonna die.
and Winslow will tell him, he say, what?
Whom sent you? A man who would rather spill money and blood, but also a man who would not mind spilling blood if he has no other choice.
Yeah. Yeah. He talking about who? He said who? Y'all recognize that dude talking right there? I don't think you want none of that. Must be talking about me, huh? Or if he were to describe it a little more in harsh words, huh?
You are not looking for anybody. You cannot find anybody. You do not have time to work for anybody. You have not heard a thing, nor seen a thing.
Yeah. That's right. I told you, man. Stormy, be ready for these dudes, man. Be ready. This ain't, this ain't just for show, huh? Hey, come on. Nobody's listening to you, Stormy. Then why are you here? This stupid fool. Man, are you serious? Coming around these parts.
Fool ass Earth man.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it? Yes.
Dude came out there and wrote in my chat like, I was like this, y'all. I read what he had to say, and of course I smoked him, but I was like this, y'all.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Yeah. Listen, we just about at the end of this. I hope you guys get a chance to enjoy them fights tomorrow, because that's what's up. Watch it, whether you're going to watch Virgil or you're going to watch Lopez. Just watch yourself some good boxing, man. But now we're going to hear from my man, the Focus Ball.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit. Making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Yeah. Get you some of that Stormy B-Man merchandise, man. There's something in the bag for everybody. You got hats of the bucket hat variety, the snap ball caps, the dad ball caps. We got hoodies, we got tees, got coffee mugs, rain jackets. Plenty, something in the bag for everybody. But just know that out here we working, we grinding hard, and you know what? It's nothing but rolling the sleeves up and getting it out of the mud. That's what it's about over here. I'm not concerned about them others. I don't care what they doing, who they doing, or whatever. I only got time to be focused on the task ahead. So with that being said, I want to say thank you to everybody that came out this evening. The final count of what I see is almost 200 people come out here this evening, but only 43 likes. That lets you know what it's all about. They still looking, peeping through the blinds and the bushes. But you know what? Dogs and cats and other rodents pee in the bushes, huh? Yeah! So, better get you one of them Stormy B-Man rain jackets because it's going to be a little moist. With that, I want to say shout out to the mighty LDBC, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Enjoy the fights tomorrow.